Is Saints Row worth playing here and now in 2023 and beyond? I've been playing on the PS5. This footage you can see I captured this morning. I've played for around 4 or 5 hours and I'm here to tell my story. So everyone knows this got terrible reviews from both the media and users alike when this launched back in last year, 2022, so it's still relatively new, I guess. So first, graphically, you can tinker with some options on the PS5 and Series X versions. I have gone with the 1440p high frame rate option. There's a 1080p 60 frames per second option as well, and there's also your 4K 30 frames per second option. So the 1440p is like a nice balance between the two. It looks very rough in 1080p, or at least it does on my TV, and visually it's fine. It's a little bit buggy and glitchy here and there. I had to turn off motion blur because it just makes everything look a bit horrible basically, but from a graphical standpoint it's okay, it's fine. I would imagine playing this on the older consoles would be a chore because I've seen screenshots and footage and it looks pretty bad on the last gen consoles. But I will cut to the chase, guys. This feels like an Xbox 360 generation game for me. The gameplay, the gunplay rather, just everything about it just feels a few generations ago. The writing in this is absolutely woeful, by the way. Really bad. Really, really bad writing. It feels like this game was written for the millennial generation, or maybe Gen Z. I don't know. It just doesn't work here and now in 2023, or when it released in 2022. It doesn't work. It's not funny. It tries to be a bit edgy and it just doesn't pull it off. It's kind of like a take on how younger groups of Americans talk and behave and that kind of thing, and it's just not believable. And I know it's supposed to be satirical and over the top because it's a Saints Row game. That's what Saints Row games do, but it just doesn't execute anything well at all. I was really bored. Like, I was bored after 2 hours or so of gameplay, like really fed up, and I had to turn it off. There's not much more to be said when it comes to the Saints Row reboot. I have to respect the developer for going back to the game, bringing out updates and performance updates and that kind of thing, even though their game was critically panned. And I know it's kind of cool to hate on games these days. There's a lot of YouTube channels around criticizing games for the smallest of things. Like, if you check out my Starfield review, that game has got a few issues, but I still scored it a 9 out of 10 because I think it's a really enjoyable space opera, if you like. And if you liked the Bethesda games, it's well worth your time. So I try to look for the positives in every game I play rather than just focus on the negatives, but you can't ignore them in Saints Row. There's just too many of them. And the reason I have been playing this is because it's currently on the PlayStation Premium, maybe on the Essentials plan as well, so it doesn't cost you anything apart from your subscription fee if you want to try this game. But is it worth your time? Is it worth downloading? I would say no, guys, to be quite honest. Just go back and play GTA 5 or any of the GTA games, or maybe Saints Row and Saints Row 2, the originals, back on the Xbox 360. They were fantastic games. I've actually gone back to Saints Row 2. I'm playing a bit of that now on the Series X, but using the backwards compatibility feature on there. You could pick that up on the Microsoft Store for a few quid now. So those games are better than this. I mean, this looks better, and it runs okay on PS5, sure, but it's just not fun. It's pretty dire, actually. I think the saving grace for this game is if you've got a friend that would play this with you, if you want to put them through this. I could imagine co-op on this would be pretty, you know, just good for some laughs. Playing with a mate, or playing with a brother or sister or cousin, or your dad or your mum, or your teacher, or your university lecturer. You get what I mean. So yeah, in co-op, this game will be better because you can just laugh together at how bad it is. And it is very pick up and play, jump in, shoot stuff. But going back to the Xbox 360, or rather me saying it feels like an Xbox 360 game, the gunplay to me is very basic. It's very arcadey. Like GTA, at least there's some depth to it. This is just atrocious, really. It's a bad game. I could have featured it on the bad video games playlist. I just don't want to be that person who's going to add fuel to an already raging fire when it comes to how bad Saints Row is. Everyone's already heard it all before, but I thought someone out there might be considering playing this. You found this video. I would avoid it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think of this version of Saints Row. Do you think it's really that bad? I mean, what annoyed me around launch with this game was the fact that they were charging £70 for it. I mean, 70 quid for this. I've paid nothing for it, essentially. I know I've paid the subscription fee for PlayStation, and even then, I'm feeling ripped off. It's a download, play for a few hours, and then uninstall straight away. I just, nah. There's so many good video games around right now, and this isn't one of them. I hope you might have found this video helpful. Look out for more content coming to the channel. We've got loads planned, guys. Lots and lots of stuff planned, and I'll speak to you all very soon.